Hey guys, today we're going to talk about conflict resolution in fairy tales. And this may be familiar to some of us, but some of us it may be a new concept. So we're going to use the Three Billy Goats Gruff to talk about what conflict is and what a resolution is. What is the conflict? What do you think the word conflict means? Okay, so some of you are saying maybe a problem or something that is wrong. Well, you're right. The conflict is the problem in the story or a struggle between forces. Usually the main character struggles with some other sort of force, whether it's another character or being. There's some sort of struggle or some sort of problem. Now I want you to stop. Think about a time that you have struggled or a conflict you have had in your life. Turn and talk to your partner. Okay, freeze. Raise your hand if you all thought of a conflict. Good. All right. That leads us to our next thing. What is the resolution? The problem in the story is resolved or worked out. So usually if we have a problem, some way, shape, or form, that problem gets resolved and we have a solution so that it's no longer a problem. So now I want you to stop. You just thought about a conflict you've had in your life. Was there a resolution? Okay, turn and talk to your partner about what the resolution was. Freeze. Very good job. Okay, now we're going to relate what the conflict resolution is, and we're going to read the Three Billy Goats Gruff. So listen carefully. Three Billy Goats Gruff, retold and illustrated by Glenn Rounds. Once on a time, there were 3 billy goats. One was very small, one was middle-sized, and one was very large. They were all named Gruff, so people simply called them the 3 Billy Goats Gruff. On a certain morning, the 3 Billy Goats Gruff were on their way to a distant hillside where the grass was especially tall and green and tender. But to get to the hillside, they had to cross a bridge over a deep, swift river. And under that bridge lived a great, big, ugly troll. The smallest Billy Goat Gruff had just started across the bridge. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, when the troll roared from below. "Who's that tripping across my bridge?" "It's only me, the smallest Billy Goat Gruff," the little Billy Goat answered in his tiny voice. "I'm going over yonder hillside where the grass is so tall, green, and tender." "No, you're not," roared the troll, "because I'm going to eat you up." "Oh, no," cried the Billy Goat. "Please don't eat me up. I'm much too small to make a meal for you. Wait for the second Billy Goat Gruff. He's much bigger than I am." "Well, maybe you're right," growled the troll, "so be off with you." And he went back down under the bridge while the little Billy Goat ran to the green hillside beyond. Then the second Billy Goat Gruff started across the bridge. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap. And again the troll roared, "Who's tripping across my bridge?" "It's me, the second Billy Goat Gruff. But please don't eat me. The biggest Billy Goat Gruff is right behind me, and he is much bigger." "Well," growled the troll, "get on with you. I'll wait for the big one." So the second Billy Goat ran safely across the bridge all the way to the green hillside beyond. Then the biggest Billy Goat stamped onto the bridge. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap. And again the troll roared in his loudest voice, "Who's that tripping on my bridge?" "It's me, the biggest Billy Goat Gruff," shouted the Billy Goat in a voice almost as loud as the troll's. "Whoever you are, I'm going to eat you up right now," roared the troll, and he climbed onto the top of the bridge. "Well, come on then," cried the big Billy Goat. "I've got sharp horns to butt you with and hard hoofs to trample you with." That's what the Billy Goat said. Then the big Billy Goat ran at the troll, and the troll ran at the Billy Goat. The big billy goat butted the ugly troll with his hard horns and trampled him with his sharp hoofs. Then he butted him again and knocked him off the bridge into the deep, swift river below. The big billy goat stomped across the bridge and onto the hillside where the grass was so tall and green and tender. The great ugly troll was never seen again, and if the three billy goats gruff haven't gotten away, they are still on the hillside getting fatter every day. And now, as grandmother used to say, snip, snap, snap, that tale's told out. Okay, so let's talk about this story as we read it. What was the conflict in this story? Raise your hand if you can tell me. Good. The three goats wanted to get across the bridge to get to the green grass. But could they get across? No, unfortunately they couldn't get across because there was a troll blocking the way. So, the goats couldn't get across. That's the conflict. They wanted to get across, but they couldn't. Now, how was the conflict resolved? That's right. The goats tricked the troll by telling him to wait for the next goat, that the next one was going to be better to eat than they were. The troll waited and waited, and finally came the biggest billy goat. The billy goat then defeated the troll, and all the goats made it across to the other side. It's your turn. I want you to turn and talk. I want you to talk to your partner and discuss other fairy tales that we have read. What were some of the conflicts and resolutions in them? After you guys have talked, I want you to pick one to write about. So I want you to tell me what the conflict was and what the resolution was in your own words. You guys may begin.